Greetings, guys. My name is Monette, and this is my channel, Evolve with Monette, and I want to welcome you back. I am a professional intuitive and empath, as well as a author and a chef and an all-around life path 3. So, what I wanted to talk to you about is there in the title, and I kind of wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about Pisces in this Mercury retrograde, or having a Mercury retrograde that is in Pisces more appropriately. Now, the reason it's in Pisces because this is the month that we are celebrating the birthday. And when we're dealing with signs, they overlap a little bit. So you're dealing with the tail end of February going into March. And most of the signs have that bit of overlap. So they're not a solid continuous month. That's just a quick aside. But what I wanted to talk to you about with Pisces in this retrograde that we're dealing with right now is about what you can expect. Just a quick little touching of base here about what you can expect. So you can expect to cry a lot or to have a lot of emotions about things and to maybe feel overwhelmed. That's one of the things that I definitely notice that I see with my clients and even with myself and friends and family, that life just seems almost too much to bear when we're dealing with it, especially in Pisces. And that's because of the sensitive nature of the sign of Pisces. They are naturally intuitive, they are naturally sensitive, and they're naturally empathetic. And so when we have a planet moving through that sign, we are dealing with a lot of the personality traits that would be akin to that sign. So what you're being asked to do now is to take plenty of time to review what matters to you most and then tie up any loose ends that you have in your life. So over the next few weeks, you'll have an opportunity to have things come to the forefront, and you're really going to pay attention to that, and you're going to make some decisions that help you to move on. The way that I would couch this retrograde is about an opportunity to redefine your emotional boundaries. And one of the things that you'll notice that happens in this month is that long lost friends that you thought were gone from your past really make a resurgence into your life. Now, the caveat to that is it is not that they're returning because you have to accept them. They are returning so that you have an opportunity to examine whether or not they served a purpose and whether or not you would like to allow them to ingratiate themselves back into your life. You want to examine the pattern. Sometimes when we're dealing with people that return from our past, we're dealing with cyclical patterns of behavior, and we have to assess whether it is toxic or not, whether it is appropriate for us or not, whether we can shift the dynamic or not. I will tell you, I recently had an opportunity to do that with somebody that I had been friends with in high school, and that person had been in my life, but I had to assert myself and protect myself and set some boundaries. That was really hard, and it's something that I had agonized for a while, because when you're an empath and you empaths out there, psychics, intuitives, and sensitives understand boundaries are not our strong suit, but it's a lesson that I've been walking through over the past few years as I've continued to evolve. So that is what you can expect, or some of those opportunities. And I have a couple notes here, so allow me to flip here. But some of those opportunities that can come to you where you're able to really take time and say, do I want this energy back in my life? Did this person add something? And if I'm having emotions about something, let me unpack it. Let's take a look at it. Is this just the sensitivity that comes with Pisces and that energy in the retrograde we're in? Or is this really something legitimate that we want to examine? Now, the other trait of any retrograde in Mercury, because Mercury is a planet of communication, is that when we're going backwards, it means we're not going forwards, obviously, and that means that our communication isn't clear, direct, concise, assertive, and easy to understand and ingest. So we have to be very careful about how we are dealing with communicating. And I would advise that if you have any strong decisions to make right now, wait till the retrograde's over. Yes, you can live your life, and if you have to sign a contract, please do. One of the very powerful things that happens with this retrograde retrograde, especially in Pisces, is a dream job or opportunity may come up for you. And what this retrograde in this particular sign allows you to do is to say, do I want to completely do a 100% overhaul and change my life, or am I content with where I am? It is, when we're dealing with Pisces, they have a lot of fears. They like things to be manageable for them. And so when you have opportunities come up, especially in a retrograde, it's not so much that you should shun all opportunity, but it's that you should weigh it heavily and carefully and make sure that you want to proceed forward. So that's just a few things I wanted to mention to you about what we're going through right now. So if you're feeling weepy, you're feeling sad, you're feeling overwhelmed, don't worry. As my mother says, this too shall pass. So good talking to you today. If you're having any experiences with this retrograde, leave it in the comments below. I would love to have a dialogue with you, and join me next time and we'll continue to evolve together.